should mention that when we say branding has not won elections in Africa, we cannot beat our chest over that statement, right? Because branding comes in different forms. So the kind of branding where an agency or a team of experts sit down to develop strategies that would then influence communication and all, that might be what was not present. But then there's been informal, let me put it that way, there definitely has been informal versions of branding. So if you see people on the street, if you see local party people chant and compose songs about a candidate and then make him look like the best alternative, while sometimes throwing jabs at the opponent, I think those were earlier forms of branding. You know, they didn't sit down with a board to determine these things, but they knew how they wanted to position a particular candidate. And there's this trend where you pick something from the name of the candidate to make like a slogan. You know, so in Osun State that time there was Iyola Omishori, and then you say. And then it was, Iyola, so you say Ominio, Iyoni, there's something around creating something out of his name. You're looking for the positive element in his name. So I think there's always been branding, and it's always been big, but maybe just not just the new age idea of branding. And we need both. We need the informal version of branding. We need this new age form of branding to work together.
Branding, like I like to define, is what you want people to see or what people to say about you, right? So I feel that branding plays a very important role, but of course, because now there is a difference now in the sense that branding has been something we've been doing in elections in Africa and everywhere in the world, like for several years, right? From the way you wear your clothes, the kind of clothes that you wear, the name you are called, the kind of songs they sing for you on the street and all of that, and how they chant your name and all that when you go for street campaigns, and what people say about you generally when we are not there, and how they try to decide who they want to elect, right? So branding affects a lot of things, right? Of course, also branding, it's broad, right? There's political party branding, there's candidate branding, there's several things. You brand several things, right? So branding is very important. It's been something we've been doing like since day one in Africa and all that. Though now, in recent times, it's becoming more conscious. There's a more cohesive effort into bringing everything together and making sure that they're more conscious and more aware about what we are doing, right? So it's more intentional now. So I feel branding is very important. It's important that we get it right. It's important that you say and appear like you want to be heard.
All right. So essentially, election is won by winning the hearts of the people. Like in a democratic setting, people would vote for you. So you want to get more people to your side as against your opponent. And this is done by communicating what thing you do differently, like getting people on your side. Okay, this is what this man is for. This is what he sees for the future of Ghana. This is what he wants to do. Understand? So by communicating your ideals to people, you get them on your side. So the question is, how do you communicate your ideals to people? That is, you want to talk to them where they can get it. You want to communicate to them in a way that they can get it. That's how. So design in itself is just a tool. You understand? It's a tool. You can communicate without design, but then you communicate faster and better with good use of design.
In the next few years, I feel that especially for what we've seen from the Western world and what we've been trying to do in Africa in terms of branding and all, I feel that in the next few years, you're going to see a rise. You're going to see people be more intentional about what they do, be more intentional about what they say, be more intentional about how they communicate their ideals, be more intentional about the kind of things that they say to the public.
So I think with more people having access to internet, with technology penetrating further, it's going to be easier for people to sit down in a room, develop strategy, and then drive the perception about the candidate all across the country, because technology takes it everywhere. So for this reason, I think the branding is going to play a more important and more relevant role in our future elections.